so our core 4 is going to deal with 4 key products, and these are my favorite. And one is the Power Shake. Now, the Power Shake seems like it is a single product, but the Power Shake was actually, believe it or not, our original core 4. The Power Shake, I wanted to put in protein, super slow burning carbohydrates, healthy fats, right, and antioxidants. So I wanted to put that all into a drink, and the reason why is because some of the people in the room, we have a friend, his name's Eric, and Eric was once on the cover of Time magazine as one of the 10 fittest men on the planet. And he saw me fasting. I used to fast for 40 days, right, at a time. I once went more than a year without eating solid food, living on sunshine and air and water. And so Eric, he saw that, he admired it, he wanted to try it, but he had never done it before. So he went up to my property and he started on a fast, and within a few days, he says 10, I think it was 3. He called me and he's like, Dave, I can't do this. And his girlfriend is like, he has no body fat, Dave. This is not good for him. You know, guy was solid muscle. And so I said, stay there. And I went and I grabbed, at the time, which was like 8 of our products, and I took them up to him, and he began to consume them every day for the next 40 days. I said, this is just like fasting, Eric. It's an anabolic fast. He said, what does that mean? I said, well, in most fasting, we're denying our body calories, but we're also denying our body nutrients. And so while we're getting the benefit of detoxifying our body during that time, we are also getting the negative effect of starvation and nutrient deficiencies and all of these things that can affect our brain and our organs. I said, so what I've created is an anabolic fast where on 400 calories a day, you are simply meeting the nutritional needs of the body, but none of the caloric needs, so that you're still going to get the essence of a fast. And he was being tested, dark field microscopy, as well as some other blood tests. And at the end of 40 days, he had every nutrient in his body was at perfect levels, and he had gained 10 pounds of muscle on 400 calories a day. And his doctors who are monitoring were just like, this is impossible. Physiologically, metabolically, calorically, everything we've ever learned about the way the human body works, this could not have happened. But it did. And so this, the foods that I gave him are now in this product. It's just no longer 8, it's 4, because I took 4 of them and put them into the Power Shake. And that's why we called it the Power Shake, because it was a bunch of stuff put into one. So the Power Shake is sprouted, germinated, super slow burning carbohydrates that come from things like chia seeds and things like that, okay? Gluten-free oats, because they have the beta-glucan that sticks to your guts and helps nutrients go slowly through your intestines. We have the healthiest, one of the healthiest fats you've ever seen, called rice bran solubles. Rice bran solubles helps do a lot of wonderful things like balance hormones, but it helps you tap into your body's stored fat as a source of energy. It creates a hormone called adiponectin, and adiponectin is the fat that burns fat. It's a fat that creates other fat that's stored in your body and helps utilize it as a source of energy. And so by combining super slow burning carbohydrates, really healthy fats, and one of the best sources of protein on the planet, spirulina, which is a microalgae that's over 50 up to 65% protein. And so we combine these fats, these carbohydrates, this protein, we put it all together, and these antioxidants, we put it all together, meaning things like wheatgrass juice and other superfoods. We mix this all together in the Power Shake, and when you take it, you're getting an abundance of green vegetables. You're getting these super slow carbohydrates. You're getting a wonderful source of vegan protein, and healthy fats like those found in salmon are actually coming from the spirulina as well. So the Power Shake is foundational nutrition. And when you drink it, you feel satisfied at the cellular level. And we want you to take that every single day, at least one Power Shake every single day. That's going to build a habit that's really important. That taste habit that Amy was saying is so important, and also that cells feeling that every day so that later when it's missing, they're going to desire it. So we're going to create, again, this foundational nutrition, starts with the Power Shake, and then continues because, again, you have to have fruits every day as well. And fruits are vitally important because the antioxidants and the anti-inflammatory compounds they provide, but the fruit we have chosen is extremely unique because it also contains melatonin. It's one of the only foods, in fact, there's only 2 foods that contain measurable amounts of melatonin, and tart cherry is the only one that contains enough to affect your sleep. So tart cherry is one of the most powerful antioxidants of any food, but it also has a positive effect on metabolic disorder or pre-diabetics, clinically proven. So people think, well, why would fruit with sugar do that? Because of the super unique anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds of tart cherry. But most importantly, it puts you into very deep sleep. And during that deep sleep, all of the antioxidants and anti-inflammatory effect can do their work. So for those of you who don't know, 80% of all detoxification, fat burning, and repair is done in 2 hours. And those 2 hours are not guaranteed because you must be in deep sleep to receive that benefit. Now, Time magazine, 2.5 years ago, said that average American gets less than 1.5 hours of deep sleep. And most people get about 1. Because if there's some people getting 2 and the average is 1.5, that means some people are on the losing end of that, right? So because of that, most people do not do the repairs, the antioxidants, the fat burning, any of the things that they're supposed to because they're not getting that deep sleep. And when they do, their life could change. I guarantee you, and this is an easy analogy, if you've ever been to, let's say, a trade show or maybe Las Vegas, or something where you stayed up 2 or 3 nights in a row without getting enough sleep, like me right now, having a baby and that wedding that took place all around me last night in our hotel, didn't sleep at all. Well, it takes a toll, and you look in the mirror and you can see it. And then if you sleep really well for 3 days in a row, get a really good night's sleep, eat really good, lots of water, you look in the mirror like you just came from a spa, right, in Scottsdale, and you go, wow, I look 10 years younger. And that difference between looking 10 years older and 10 years younger, that 20-year swing is all about the sleep, you guys. So we're going to give you the antioxidants, we're going to give you that deep rejuvenating sleep, and we're going to give you anti-inflammatory compounds all in the form of the single most potent plant ever tested. And don't just believe me, 10 years after we started selling it, Dr. Oz had a special all about tart cherry saying he had discovered the most potent, you know, but good for him. It is discovered. I think he discovered it on our website. But nonetheless, you know, it's good. It's good stuff. And he continues to work for us because his first show this year was all about the benefits of CBD, and his second show was about the dangers of glyphosate. So just put that guy to work for us. But the bottom line is that we've got the most potent fruit on the planet. You're going to have it every day, and that's really important. Consistency. You're going to have the most potent green vegetables every day, and that's important consistently. For your hormones, you're going to have healthy fats every single day, and that's really important. And then again, remember, for sustained energy, everybody's into this no grain, no carbohydrate thing. I guarantee you that, you know, no carbohydrate, you're not going to have much of a brain left because your brain works on glucose. Glucose is derived from carbohydrates, and every function on in the body requires glucose at some level because glycogen is glucose plus oxygen. And glycogen is adenosine triphosphate that fuels our cells at, you know, in the mitochondria, at the base level. And so we don't stop there though, because we wanted to add in the world's single most concentrated, pre-digested, and effective protein source. It's vegan, it's non-GMO, there are no binders or fillers, and when you take it within 23 minutes, thus the name Super Amino 23. When you take it within 23 minutes, you are literally building muscle in your body. Most protein is unpredictable. You don't know when it will be digested or if it will be digested. In fact, you need to have complete protein sources within 24 hours, or sometimes it won't be digested at all. And if you're consuming animal as your source of protein, over 55% of it becomes a toxic matter in your body, which leads to excessive uric acid and other things like that. And so this is not a judgment on eating meat or not eating meat. I'm saying that regardless of what your preference is, this is better. If you've been eating a plant-based diet for protein, this is going to be the best plant-based diet you've ever had. If you've been eating an animal-based diet for protein, this is going to be twice as good as the animal protein you've been eating. It's not a judgment on either. It's a telling you what the very best is and where it's available. Why is it better? Because it's pre-digested. It will not go through your kidneys. It will not go through your liver, which means it can't burden your kidneys. It can't burden your liver. It goes through lymphatic fluid. We have more lymphatic fluid, 2 to 3 times more lymphatic fluid than we do blood. The lymphatic system is far more efficient at delivering nutrients than is blood. Just most people don't know about that. So when your lymph fluid is toxic, how efficient is the distribution of your nutrients? Pretty poor, right? So one of the reasons why detoxing the body with Purium is so important is because you're also detoxing all the liquids in your body, your blood and your lymph fluid. So again, get the toxins out of your way, get the extra weight in the form of toxins out of your body, and nourish your cells at the highest level. And you are going to unleash something really powerful. Now, you know, I don't believe in ageism, and I don't even believe in age. But on my birth certificate, if you add up the years since I've been born, there's been 57 of those. Okay? I started a tradition of going to Cedars-Sinai and getting these full body tests where they check your, you know, how your skeletal system is and how your heart is and everything. So I've now done 4 of these, and every 10 years, so it's been over 30 years. And my bone density is the same as it was 30 years ago. I have 0 plaque on my heart. 0 plaque. I'm 57 years old, yo. At least that's what my birth certificate says. 0 plaque on my heart. I don't have any measurable osteopenia, which means there's no thinning of my shoulder blades or any of the muscles in my upper body.
That's great.
There's none of the signs of aging. There's no change in 30 years in the things that they've been testing 4 times in 30 years. Gray hairs and wrinkles, I own that. Okay? And I'm happy because I earned them. But on the inside, things are looking pretty good. And I owe that to the fact that, again, I don't eat perfectly. Been known to throw down a shot or 2 of tequila. But, you know, I keep it real with my food. I mean, I eat 100% organic, and I consume 27 Purium capsules a day. Not counting my 20 aminos, so put that to 47. I have 8 scoops of Power Shake every single day, like 4 servings in 1 drink in the morning. That's how I start my day.
Wow.
So I live Purium, and even though I've been literally sleep deprived for the last year between taking care of my pregnant significant other and taking care of our baby, and I'm fully involved 24/7 with that baby and running this company. And so, I mean, sleep is an option at this point. I mean, it's not an option, you know, but if it wasn't for Purium, like, I don't know how I would be standing here right now. So I have to invite you to a challenge, and that challenge is to understand what the message of Purium has to be going forward. So I want everybody to remember this, because this is the message you're going to need to tell. It's the message you're going to need to repeat. And this is the message that's going to make Purium who we are coming into next year. Because we can't dance around the truth. I'm tired of insincere messaging. Anybody else tired of that?
Yeah.
They go, all you have to do is do this, and then you come and they go, yeah, you have to do that plus this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
Well, if you would have told me that, I wouldn't have come through the door. Or maybe I would have, and I wouldn't be so upset right now. But either way, I don't like being gamed. Anybody like being gamed?
Yeah.
Nobody. So here's what I'm telling you real. Psychologically speaking, if you want to change your life, you need to change your habits, right? Period. Remember that your thoughts become your actions become your habits become your personality, becomes who you are, defines you, becomes how you live and how you die. And you can change all of that if you simply change your habits to the better. But psychologically speaking, that takes 100 days of doing something every day for 100 days before it's set into your memory that this is important. And if it works, I want to keep doing it.
That's right.
And short of 100 days, I don't care if you do it for 75 days, it will not become a habit, you guys. So the first thing I need to tell you is I'm going to ask you to make a 100-day commitment if I could change your life.
That's right.
We are a transformation company. That means permanent, lasting change. And I'm not being sincere to offer permanent, lasting change unless I can change your habits, and that takes 100 days. I'm sorry if that sounds difficult, but I must be honest with you. But here's the good news. We're going to break it down into really easy bites, okay? Give me 1 second. I promise you, you're going to have first question. We're going to break it down into really easy bites. The first bite is we're going to start with core 4.
Yeah.
We're going to have a power shake. We're going to have some cherry before you go to bed. We're going to have our aminos. And we're going to make sure the most important product is the biomedic, and we'll get to that. That's the fourth thing. We're going to make sure to do that every day until you feel comfortable doing it, until it's easy, the taste doesn't disgust you anymore, you remember to do it, and you're in this rhythm. For some people, it'll be 10 days, right, before they're ready. For some people, it might be 30 days before they're ready. But sometime after 10 days, and by 30 days, we want them to do an immersion. Has anybody ever studied a foreign language? And you do the immersion thing where you can't speak anything but that language, and it seems terrible, but after a while you realize you went for it? Well, we don't want you to go straight into immersion. We're going to let you have those 10 to 30 days of acclimating, and then we want you to dive in. Go into the shallow end of the pool first, and then the deep end. And the deep end is now going, accelerating. Now you're doing the protein 3 times a day. You're doing a power shake 3 times a day. And you're eliminating a couple of meals, okay? And when you do this immersion, that's when you do an acceleration of the detox and an acceleration of the nourishment. And that's sort of when most people all of a sudden go, whoa. You know, it's like, wow, this is what I came for. And so if you can make that commitment, and you will track your progress after 10 days, you will see that you have more energy, that you have better digestion, that your skin is clearer, okay? That your mind is more focused, the brain fog is gone. You're sleeping better. Your elimination is better, and you're going to go, wow, out of the 15 things they asked me to check, 7 of them are better after just 10 days. I think I'll go another 10 days. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But if you're not validating your success, if you're not tracking your transformation, you may not even realize that you're feeling that much better if you didn't consciously note to track it. So we're going to ask people to track their success. And when they do, if they have not succeeded after 30 days, you know our policy, they get their money back. But if they have, we want them to start and continue on to that 100-day thing. Let's place another order. Let's get another 30 days worth of product. And if we could be their guide, and if we could hold their hand, and if we could guide them through that difficult time of changing that habit, when we get them through 100 days of using period every day for 100 days, that consistency and that persistence is going to be rewarding them at such a high level, and their habit would be built that at this point you're going to have a, I hate to put it in terms of a brand, but you're going to have a Purium devotee. But more importantly, you're going to have a life force devotee, somebody who loves himself, is nourishing themselves, and experiencing the benefits of that self-love and that nourishment. And so the last thing in the core 4 that I need to emphasize, and it's the most important thing, and the reason I saved it for the last is because it's the best, is the fact that everybody in America, has anybody ever watched a television or listened to a radio or been on the internet? Okay, then I'm talking to you. Have you seen an ad that said, if you've used Roundup, you may be entitled to part of a lawsuit that's generating hundreds of millions of dollars? Has anybody seen that ad?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm still talking, anybody has not seen that ad? Okay, so I'm still talking to all of you, okay? Does anybody eat? Still talking to all of you. Okay, you two, I'm not going to be talking to you. Does anybody ever drink beer or wine? Still talking to most of you. And the bottom line is that glyphosate is in everything we eat, everything we drink. It's in our water, it's in our parks, it's in our schools, it's in our public housing, it's on the side of highways. We can't avoid it. And 95+% of us have measurable amounts of it in our body. Measurable meaning it can harm us. 95%. Every man, woman, child, dog, and cat that you know, and if you know any cows, them too. Every living creature you know needs this product. Have you ever seen a product that everybody you meet has a physical need for it? Legitimate physical need. Have you ever seen that product other than water?
No.
No. This is the only product I've ever seen that every human being has a dire need for it urgently right now. Here's another thing. We own the exclusive rights to this formula that's been clinically tested that eliminates it from your body. So everybody you know knows about it. Everybody you know needs it. Okay? And we have the only clinically tested solution for it. Does that sound like a winning combination to anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that is the fourth product in our core four. So we're going to detoxify your gut. Now the speed round is this. Your gut produces 75% of your immunity. It produces 75% of your neurotransmissions, which is the communication between your body and your muscles. So brain fog doesn't happen up here as much as it happens here. But more importantly, you guys, it produces more than 70% of our serotonin. In a country where depression and where, mood swings and addiction to these neurotropic medications are over the top, we have the solution to that as well. So again, we want you to have the courage to invite people to have permanent lasting change. We call that permanent lasting change a transformation. A transformation requires a 100-day dedication to form the habit. And we're inviting people to use the core four as the gateway to that transformation. It requires that we nourish and detoxify at the highest level on a daily basis, day after day, until we've reached that real nirvana where we go, we know absolutely this is the best thing I've ever done for my body. There's no way I will ever stop doing this, and I am going to tell everybody I know.
That's great.
Yeah.
So by the way, remember